What is going on, my people? We have made $62.5 thousand this month, and I'm going to break down for you the only core reason why I've been able to make this much money, lose only one red day on the 22nd, and how I'm able to be profitable. It's not about my strategies, not about my indicators, not about anything to do with analysis, man. It's just one simple trick, one simple rule that allows me to stay in the game for as long as possible, And that rule, right, is all about fucking sitting on your hands and not trading. I have taken a total of 0 trades this week. 0. I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. We're gonna recap every day, go through my plan in the morning, and go through the day, and go through why I decided to not trade. Why did I decide to not trade, right? But first thing, before we get into it, right, we're gonna look at the news, which played a big effect, because I want to bust a little bit of a myth, right? You don't need to trade every day to be profitable. When I first started trading, I thought I had to be in the market every single day, all the time, buying, selling, chasing every fucking candle. But I learned the hard way that over trading is gonna fucking kill my account. Every trade comes with a risk. It's impossible to trade without risk. And if you're forcing trades just to stay active because you're bored, you're probably losing money, bro. There were some obvious days this week where you should not have fucking traded, like Monday, FOMC, Jolts, right? This week I looked at my charts, right? Whatever you're trading, right? Crypto, Forex. And I saw nothing. I saw pack news. I saw chop fucking gapped up to all-time highs. No news Monday. No entry. Nothing. Chop in the morning. We picked up during lunch. Hate those kind of days. No edge. So I stayed out. I fucking sat on my hands. That's not me being lazy. I still woke up fucking 6 a.m. every day. Made my pre-market plan. Sat in front of the market. Live in front of the mentorship students every day. And didn't do shit. Right? And didn't do shit. And a quick story, right? Like when I first started, I would take like 15 fucking trades in a week, and like 12 of them would be losers because I was just impatient. I would take the winners, but if I knew that if I was just patient and waited for those winning setups, waited for my plan, I would have made money, but I was bored. So I fucking lost. Now, I don't take that many trades, bro. I don't take that many trades. Week before I took one, right? There's when the market's hot, the market's hot. When the market's not hot, it's not hot. And I fucking sit on my hands and I do jack shit. So if you're trading more than 5 to 10 times a week, bro, ask yourself why. The best traders literally are trading like 8 times, 8 trades a week, or a week, 8 trades a month, bro. And I scalp, so I have a little bit more on my plate, so I take a little bit more trades. But still, dude, the market has not been hot this year, bro. You should not have weeks full of fucking months full of trades, dude. So if you're trading more than 5 times a week, ask yourself, are these trades based on your plan, or are you just bored? Write that shit down, tattooed on your forehead. Get that shit going. So let's go ahead and start breaking down some shit. So on Sunday, right, we had a massive, let me just show you on TradingView here. We had a massive gap down, right? We had a massive gap down. This is the setup we're waiting for today. That did not happen. We had a massive gap down. Let's go back and go over to Sunday here. So not gap down. Sorry, we had a massive gap up on Sunday, right? Into all-time highs. I hate trading all-time highs. And we gap up on Sunday into no news Monday. Like fucking Monday was jack shit. So what did we do? On Sunday, I told myself and the mentorship students, I'm not trading Monday. So we had a charting session on Monday in the morning, right? Why? Gap up in all-time highs. Build the gap pre-market. No news equals chop off the open. And we had a shitty open. The market literally just picked up at lunch. I don't trade lunch. I'm trying to get better at my cutoff time, which is for me lunchtime, 11:30. I'm done, right? But we'll go through the plan. For me, the plan Monday was not to take a trade. So I didn't even have a plan Monday. I was like, I'm not trading today. I'm going to chart today, practice, back test, review, right? And then coming on Tuesday, let's go ahead and look at our pre-market plan for Tuesday, which was yesterday. I'm going to make this a little smaller. Pre-market plan. So my bias is we had jolts coming out, right? Something key on Tuesday. We had jolts at 10 a.m. We usually get chopped before jolts. And we have FOMC today, which is why, again, didn't trade. But looking for longs off demand into all-time highs, top of the range. You also have buyers. So my main aim will be, or my main watch or bias, I guess. Y'all can't fucking see that shit. Whoopsies. My bias, right, was chop until data and price going for liquidity before continuing up. So I posted a video for my mentorship students about price action after this gap into all-time highs. I literally said, and this is a recording, I told everybody this, if you're on my Discord, you know, we're going to go for the 400 sweep. This is NQ. Actually, I was watching NQ today. I'll tell you exactly why in a little bit. We're going to go for the 400 liquidity sweep, which we did. These are my levels. And then that might keep us up. 400s for me is a very key level for us to hold. 400 liquidity sweep was my plan on Monday. Shorts into the 400s was my plan, right? And then longs after the 400. So on Tuesday, right, we come into Tuesday. Let's look at price action, see exactly what we got going on Tuesday. Tuesday was yesterday, right about here at FOMC today. So Tuesday, we opened up. My bias was chop, right? Or my bias was a break, as I talked about this. Break of these pre-market levels, retest for a move into the 400s. And that's exactly what happened. But the worst case scenario for me, this was the only setup this week so far, was a break retest of these 23s into that low right there. So let's go ahead and show you that part of my plan. So pre-market lows, right, for moving into 64.10 is my first watch. So pre-market lows for moving into 64.10, small size, or a strong close below yesterday's low for moving to 6,400. So my final target was 6,400s. I was looking for an entry below the pre-market lows right here, or an entry below the 10s, which both of them showed up, right? We had a retest of the 10s, but we already hit the 400. So my 400 is my final liquidity sweep target, meaning if we hit the 400s, expect buyers to show up, and they did. So there's no play off the 10s. You really don't get a good retest off the 10s. It would have been hard to take that. And the 400s super close. Risk reward ratio is pretty off. But the break of the 23s, beautiful retest for a move down at the 400s. Perfect. That was my only setup. But you only get that break come lunchtime. And I don't trade lunchtime, right? I'm off the charts lunchtime. This week lunchtime has been where the move has been happening. And usually it's like that during FJOTS, during FOMC, doing all this big shit going down. So sat and shop in the morning, walked away at lunch. Sat and chop in the morning, walked away at lunch. And today we have FOMC. Look at this FOMC fucking range. After a big move, what do we usually see? We usually see fucking chop. We get chop, 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 chop. And today my plan was to either play the chop or wait for a break, right? We have supply on the ES here that we did not break above. We wicked above. I was looking for an aggressive break above supply for a move up. That's my A+ setup. But I know FOMC is today at 2 statements, a bunch of news. We're going to chop around till news. It just makes the most obvious sense. Now, VWAP for me was super close. This came in, the big move literally happened right at 11. Right at 11. Right, so you can't do much about that. Lunchtime, I'm out. But we get the big move up. We get a big move down in this range. VWAP's in the middle. So the longs down here at shitty risk reward ratio. You know how to de-risk and get out of VWAP. Shorts here as well after confirmation, shitty R&R. So no trade. There's literally no setup. And we knew this before the week started, man. We got jolts, we got FOMC, we got alt gap up in an all-time high, we got some chop. Fuck this. I'd rather preserve my fucking capital, right? There's a reason I'm fucking up 62 fucking grand this month, right? Where I have one red day. It's because I know when to fucking sit out. I know when to not take a trade. And this week was a perfect example. A lot of y'all were trading Monday. A lot of y'all were fucking trading Tuesday. Tuesday actually after lunch was good. A lot of y'all are trading today. That chop, praying for a breakout. You know, FOMC's around the corner, which is so idiotic because you know there's a good chance we chop pre-FOMC. So if we chop pre-FOMC, what you got to do is play the chop. But for me, since VWAP was in the middle, risk to reward ratio is off, and you only get a real movement around lunchtime, why risk my money when I can come back next week and there's clearer price action? There's not enough news for us to chop around, right? The open's going to be better. And if it's not better next week, perfectly fine. I'll wait for the week after that. I'd much rather close the month in heavy profits, right? 62K, one red day, than take stupid trades and close the month and end the month with some red days that completely wipe out how good and how disciplined and how patient I've been this month so far. So not for me, right? And again, we wait for the right setup. What do I mean by the right setup? It has to be a setup where the market conditions aligns with my strategy. And since I'm following the overall bias in the market, longs at these all-time highs, shorts are harder for me to catch, right? So for me, it's waiting for supply and demand. It's waiting for my entry confluences. It's avoiding chop. It's avoiding news, right? It's avoiding days where I know the market's not going to give me the best movement, the best bias. My levels haven't been there, right? We've been chopping pre-market. We have VWAP super close, meaning that if I was going to go for a play, I had to get out super close and my risk reward ratio was off. So again, the market was turning up. We knew we were going for liquidity sweep. We talked about this fully on Monday, but right, but what ended up happening was my only play was there happened right during lunchtime, guys. So unfortunately, it's the way it goes. And the power of patience, man. Power of patience is actually insane. It doesn't mean just sitting around doing nothing, right? It's a skill. It's a skill. Like it's a kind of like fishing, right? You don't cast your line every 5 seconds just hoping for a bite. You just fucking wait for the right moment, the right spot, the right conditions, right? And trading is the exact same. Patience means protecting your capital, even if you trade. I mean, that means don't take trades in a bad setup. That will save you from a lot of losses. Right? Fuck having that short-term mindset. It's gonna end up killing you. Like mental clarity is big. Like when you're over trading, when you're not over trading, especially, you're not stressed, right? You know what you want to do. You're focused. And you make better decisions. You know what you want to do. Making that pre-market plan is super key. Having confidence in your plan is super key. Like waiting for the right setup will reinforce trust in your strategy because you only take that setup you know it works is when building your P&L, right? You're not gambling, you're working, you're executing, you're playing how you're supposed to play. And this week I could have forced a trade, right? I could have forced a trade on ES right here. I could have went for these shorts, right? No confirmation, right? I could have played lunchtime, breaking my rules. That would literally harm me. I probably could have made money. Might have made money, but I know the harm that will do in my overall mindset, overall psychology, my overall discipline in the long run is not fucking worth it, bro. It's not worth it. If I break one of my rules, and even if I make money and I break my rules, it's setting me up for failure in the future. Setting me up for failure in the future. So I'd rather wait for that A+ setup, keep my account hot, right? I think about the risk reward ratio not just off of trades, but off of what I do. Because if I were to take a trade, let's talk about the good and the bad thing. Let's say I were to force a trade that's not A+ today, and I would lose money, right? I'd go underneath 60K. I have 2 red days this month, right? I'll close off the month off a loss, right? Good scenario is I make a little bit more money and I close the month a little bit better, right? Now you have to weigh those two, right? Which one would be more effective and worse for my psychology? Making a little bit more money while up 60K, right? Or losing at any of the month on a red day after I've been so disciplined and so patient for the whole month? What would affect me more or less? I would honestly not want to end my month on a red day or a bad day, breaking my rules versus ending up on a little bit of an extra win. I'm up 62 grand already, right? On a market that was difficult market at these all-time highs. I'd much rather let my mindset be safe, right? Protect my discipline, protect my mental integrity than making a little bit extra cash in a stupid fucking trade. So next time you're tempted, man, ask yourself, right? Is this a 9 out of 10 setup? Or am I just itching? Am I just bored? And be honest, bro. Be honest. Be honest. And again, 0 trades this week. Explained it. Y'all know exactly fucking why, right? Isn't me being picky. It's me sticking to my rules. My rules have to be stuck to. Only reason I'm profitable, the only reason I win. The title of this fucking video, the only reason I'm profitable is because I can stick to my rules. And my rules made me not able to take a single trade this fucking week. And I'm getting better at them. I'm learning as I go. I'm trying to walk away because I've noticed as tracking my data, it has a negative correlation to when I stay in the market. When I start watching the market like 8 every day, right? If I stay till 1, 2, even 12 to lunchtime, my P&L gets negatively affected. And you could track that shit on TradeZella. Track what time you take trades, how long you look at the market for, fucking paralysis analysis, some of y'all might like to call it. It fucking hurts my P&L. It hurts my performance. It hurts my progress. So guess what? We know that because we track our data. So what do? We work on it, right? We walk away at lunchtime, even though there might be a decent setup. I'm walking away. Just so I know, because if I continue to do that, I've noticed a pattern in my trading. If I stay longer, I lose. So if I stop staying longer, and even though if I'm missing a couple setups, trading is a long-term time frame. If I keep cutting it at lunchtime in 10, 15, 20 years, there's going to be a positive reaction in my P&L and in my performance, right? Set a daily reminder on your phone. Only trade the best setups. Daily reminder every single day. Simple way to stay disciplined. Simple way to remind yourself. It's patience. It's like a muscle, bro. You got to train that shit, right? That means not taking trades past 11, even though there might be a good setup. You're training your brain. Your brain is a muscle. It's a fat muscle. The more you practice, the easier it gets to say no to bad trades. And it'll even help you with real life, bro. Help you with real life. But that is my secret, guys. That is my secret to profitability. It's patience. It's discipline. It's waiting for the right setup. That's it. It's not really a secret, I know, but that's literally it. I didn't trade this week, and I'm proud of it. I'm happy. I'm happy that I stuck to my rules, stuck to my plan. If you take one thing from this video, it's let it be this, right? Listen, trading less can make you more profitable, right? Focus on quality, not quantity, with most areas of life. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe, right? Please like it up. It helps this channel grow, helps me reach more people, helps me know that y'all like these videos and want more of them. But without further ado, appreciate y'all. Stay patient. And if you took a bad trade this week or even a good trade, put it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. See y'all next time.